It's a colorful and flashy melting pot of pop culture, and it's been growing at a steady pace in the past decades. So many trends, so many fads, so much fanfare. But out of all those things that managed to reach worldwide popularity, it's hard to deny the influence, beauty, and sometimes straight up ridiculousness of anime. What started as a beloved art style slowly transcended its medium and soon became an unstoppable cultural phenomenon. Basically, going beyond There's no shortage of sweet, sweet anime goodness when it comes to video games across all platforms. PCs, consoles, and mobile devices have a vast library of old and new games to choose from, and things could get a bit confusing at some point. There's always something for everyone, and we've done what we can to narrow things down for you. And don't worry, we guarantee this is all safe for work. Well, for the most part. Hey guys, I'm NEXUS with Ungeek, and here are our 5 anime games you should definitely check out. Now, we're not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard to talk about this game without spoiling all the interesting bits. But you've probably poked around the internet or at least had that one friend who told you about this game's that's so messed up it'll keep you up for days, so allow us to indulge you. DOKI Literature Club is a visual novel developed and published by Team Salvato, released in 2017, and it's currently free on Steam and the Salvato website. Now, the general gameplay starts things off like your typical slice of life high school dating sim, just going about your day as good old nameless protagonist-san, and you meet the members of the DOKI Literature Club. You interact with them through dialogue options, and you get to know a bit about their personalities. You pretty much run through Act 1 without any problems, and everything proceeds as normal visual novels would. Or so you thought. From Act 2 onwards, the high school whimsy slowly devolves into a psychological horror, as you notice glitches appearing on your screen and weird, garbled text appearing in dialogue options. Your once lovely clubmates transform into an unnerving, twisted versions of themselves as they constantly break the fourth wall and insert disturbing imagery in between the cuts of each scene. To make things more unsettling, you can never really tell when these glitches and personality changes will happen. I guess the real definition of insanity is the friends we made along the way. DOKI Literature Club received overwhelming praise from the get-go, and it quickly gained a cult following. This eventually led to DOKI Literature Club Plus, being released last June in 2021. The paid DLC includes the original game, a few new features, and side stories for the characters set outside the timeline of the original story. It's always nice when a DLC adds some bells and whistles to the trauma you're already experiencing. On a lighter note, if you choose to stick to the free base game, there is an option to donate money which goes towards non-profit organizations helping those suffering from mental illness. Now that's even more of a reason to buy and support the game. Good on you, Team Salvato. It's hacky, it's slashy, and it has just the right amount of edgy. If Control, Devil May Cry, and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance had a beautiful cyberpunk anime love child, this would definitely be it. SCARLET Nexus is an action role-playing game developed by Bandai Namco Studios and TOS, and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. Released on June 25th, 2021 for Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, the game has since received positive reviews with praise going towards the smooth, intuitive combat mechanics and polished system visuals. The storytelling and animation mesh well together in walking you through the plot as it diverges into following one of the two main characters, Yuito Sumeragi and Kasane Randall, members of the Other Suppression Force, or OSF, who are tasked to defend New Haimuka from creatures known as the Others. The stories behind our best boy and girl progress through character interactions. While these mostly happen through still images or talking head portraits, the voice acting manages to bring everything to life. The voice actors did a swell job in bringing everyone to life, and this kind of effort really helps you feel invested into each character.
I won't do it. We don't need to fight. Nagi, run away with us.
The timeline is set in both the near future and an alternate, technologically advanced reality where humans are granted extrasensory, psychokinetic powers thanks to the new society-driven use of a mysterious substance found in the brain as a catalyst for change. Regardless of whether you choose Yuito or Kasane, you're out to unravel the truth behind the secret society, find out where the others came from, and realize why it's so satisfying to destroy them with pure, unbridled teenage angst. Just in case you haven't heard of the real game of the year of 2016, sorry Overwatch, don't at me, then you need to be made aware of the greatness that is Persona 5. A role-playing game with jaw-dropping visual presentation, smooth, snappy gameplay, and a soundtrack that slaps so hard you'll never see it come back.
Hey, shut up!
Persona 5 was already a magnum opus of its time, bringing an already thriving franchise to new heights, making the Phantom Thieves a household name, and redefining how a high school life sim should be. Being a fresh, new story, it's totally fine to not have played all of the games in the series. You find yourself stuck in a weird, dual astral plane version of Tokyo as you meet people who eventually become your friends that help you out in both planes. As it is in life, everything is about time management, and Persona 5 is no different. If you enjoy the idea of literally going through high school with real deadlines and working a part-time job to buy items and upgrades, then you've come to the right place. And if you're all about that JRPG action that involves kicking evil entities in the face, you'll have just as much fun. Then again, why not both? This mix of systems does take some time getting used to at first, but once you get the hang of it, you'll feel right at home. The original game received critical acclaim, and Persona 5 Royal just makes it even better. It's not just your standard Game of the Year edition or your typical remaster with extra fluff either. There have been improvements, some polishing, and a lot more new content to sink your teeth into. Aside from 2 more confidants, there's easily over 100 hours of additional gameplay. As someone who's just put as many hours into Persona 5, this is definitely worth playing. One of the main highlights for me was the changes in combat. Atlus puts their own spin on a 4-person turn-based combat with the addition of Showtime attacks, where 2 members of your party team up for a devastating super finisher complete with a flashy, over-the-top animation scene. They also bring in new encounter types, which introduce enemies you may have seen before, but in a more intense variation just to keep things interesting, or perhaps even more complicated. If you absolutely loved Persona 5, its royal younger brother will not disappoint. No anime-themed list would be complete without waifus or husbandus. And Fire Emblem was a whole lot of them and so much more. At this point, you're either a loyal follower of the franchise, or maybe you've come across the incorrect quote memes on Reddit and thought, hey, that can't be right, but I can't tell. Either way, Fire Emblem Three Houses is a treat for longtime fans and newcomers alike. A tactical role-playing game developed by Intelligent Systems and Koei Tecmo for the Nintendo Switch and published worldwide by Nintendo. It is the 16th installment in the Fire Emblem series and the first one for the home consoles since Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, originally released in 2007. The game, like most fantasy period piece anime stories, has equal amounts of war and romance. As a huge fan of the Fire Emblem games, one thing I love the most about the series is how much they make you care about the side characters, not just the ones in your party. The more you get to know the people you interact with, the more invested you become. Later on, the decisions you will make affect the connection you have with them, and in turn, how they themselves develop as characters and perform in battle. And it's all up to you whether you wish to make an effort with these decisions or not. Everyone plays a role. Yes, even Cyril. Yes, we all know Rhea's cool, man. Keep your shirt on. Just chill. Fire Emblem Three Houses is a mix of the Game of Thrones, Temptation Island, and XCOM, but with swords and magic. The story starts simple enough to get you accustomed to the game mechanics and the battle system. It will take a fair amount of time in the story before things get more intense, but once the Officers Academy is introduced, the training wheels are off, and the adventure truly begins. Only you can mold your story into something truly epic. And only you can be the one to put up with someone epically annoying.
I can be real helpful, you know, so it's your loss.
It's been a while since we had a major action-adventure Dragon Ball game, so please excuse my personal hype. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is a semi-open world action role-playing game developed by CyberConnect 2 and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, released for Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. As a huge DBZ fan growing up, I just loved watching the epic battles and explosive animations, and I didn't really care about Frieza not understanding the concept of time. I'd sit there wondering if it was actually possible to go Super Saiyan. Could I do it if I shouted loud enough? Did I have enough chi? Did I accidentally cut my tail off when I was a kid? I'm still trying to find out. I spent a lot of time playing Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is awesome in its own right. But I had always hoped for some open world game that had fan favorite Dragon Ball characters with the trademark Dragon Ball charm. Now, after collecting all 7 Dragon Balls and making my wish that should have been immortality, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot came out, and it was fun. The combat is where this game truly shines though. The stages are vast and the characters hit hard. Being able to chain combos into earth-shattering beam attacks has never felt this satisfying. While the combat itself can be a bit repetitive at some point, the story elements and side missions helps give you some downtime as you get a chance to appreciate the characters and their personalities before you go back to punching Cell into a mountain again. So satisfying. Holding true to the 100+ Dragon Ball Z television episodes it's based on, Kakarot is still an uneven experience with explosive highs and cratering lows. It tries to do a little bit of everything, but still excels in what it does best. Personally, it's satisfying enough to relive the Dragon Ball Z saga in video game form, just to see how far it's come. Now hopefully, next time, we can have a complete game about Gohan's real dad. So there you have it, that's our list of some of the best anime games you should be checking out. What are some of your favorites? Let us know in the comment section below. Again guys, I am Naisu with Ungeek. Until next time, thanks for watching.